Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss the first round of the Slovakian presidential election. On Saturday, March 16th, the citizens of the Slovak Republic will go to the polls for their fifth president. There's a lot of information, so I'm going to try and get it into a short video as much as I can. First, I want to give a special shout out to Bibiana Rajsinerova, who's an intern at the Slovak Embassy in Washington, D.C. She basically gave me a awesome email and a crash course on the entire Slovak political system. Basically, she gave me about 20 years of history and basically candidates information in about one email. So, big shout out to her. I'm going to link her information, I think, if I can find it, in the description. Go give her some support. And thank you to the Slovakian Embassy. You guys are amazing. So how does Slovakia elect the president? Well, they're going to use a two-round system, which I'm familiar with because I live in Georgia, one of the few states where this is the system. I love this system a lot. It really works. Basically, how it works is that there are many candidates, like a lot. We only have two sometimes, but we do have Libertarian Party is encouraged in our state to go in because they actually have a chance to do something. So how this works. So first round, like as many candidates as there are, everyone votes whoever they want. Top two candidates at the end of the first round will go to the runoff, the final round. Only two candidates, people vote. So let me go talk about the candidates. So I have three main frontrunners for this job. First is Maroš Šefčovič. Now I'm not Slovakian, I don't even speak Slavic language. I'm not going to say these names correctly, so I apologize. Who's the current European Commissioner for Energy. He is basically the guy who's in charge of Europe's energy policy. Basically, he's the guy that is saying how electricity works, how the power source comes from, all that. This actually might be a step down, but to Šefčovič, this is actually a step up, as this is the highest job in Slovakia. He will represent the Direction Social Democracy, or Smer Socialna Demokracia, which is the party representing Social Democrats. Now, he's actually running as an independent, technically, but that's the party that's supporting him the most. Now, the next candidate is Zuzana Chaputova, who is the deputy leader of the Progressive Slovakia Party, or Progresivne Slovensko, which is a party closer to the center, more of a progressive wing. This is kind of like what the Democrats in the U.S. want to be like, but we all know the trick. She is a woman. Obviously, she's going to play that card up. But she's had a lot of influence. She's a member of parliament. She's only 45 years old, which is a stark contrast to a lot of women in European politics. I'm looking at you, Angela Merkel, old woman. No, she's a younger woman. She's honestly, this is not sexist or anything, she's kind of not that bad to look at. She's kind of attractive. She's a mother, by the way, and she's a very smart woman. She graduated from the top university in Slovakia. So she might be a good pick if you want her. And the last one is Stefan Harabin, who's going to represent the National Coalition. He's a former judge on the Superior Court, and he's like the staunch center constitutionalist. This is what we need to do kind of candidate. Imagine if someone like Justice Roberts, or I don't want to say this, Neil Gorsuch, or even He Who Shall Not Be Named, because of that thing, if they decided to run for president, that would be like what happened. Now I'm going to talk about some of the fun candidates. Oh boy, this is going to be awesome. These guys have no chance, or not much, but let's mean it because I think you guys will really, these are some fun characters. First, we have Marian Kotleba, who's going to represent the People's Party, Our Slovakia. This is the quote-unquote far-right neo-Nazi party. Yeah, so if you want to call someone a Nazi, this guy might actually be one. I'm not saying he is one. Now, they have a more Slovak nationalist, I wouldn't say xenophobic, but they're definitely for stronger national identity and protection of borders and stuff. And they have certain policies for like a true Slovak identity, which kind of sound like a Nazi identity, but I don't know exactly. I'm not here trying to spread lies. I'm just saying, from what I read, that might be what's going on. I hope it's not. Next, we have the next candidate, Bela Bugar, who is running for Most Híd, which is the party that represents the Hungarian minority. Sorry, Mr. Bugar, but saying you have a chance is like saying the Black Panther Party is going to win the next election. Sorry to any Black Panthers out there, but I don't think minority politics is a good idea when it's strictly minority, as it alienates most people. There's no chance. I mean, maybe you could get a congressional seat here and there. I mean, especially in Europe when this is worked. But for running for president, good luck with that. I'm sorry. Next, we have Milan Krajniak, who is going to represent We Are Family, which is the right-wing group. He's basically the more moderate version of Kotleba, meaning less of the white nationalist style, Nazi style, whatever you want to call it. Basically, more of a traditional right-wing conservative values. And last, we got František Mikloško, who's going to represent Christian Democrat section. Basically center, but not constitutional. And bada boom, that's it. Now, the Slovak president has a lot less power, so I'm going to explain this. It has more than, say, monarchs, constitutional monarchs, especially today. Now, they get to do stuff like veto bills, appoint judges, appoint the new prime minister, which, honestly, is actually pretty important. People don't know that's pretty important. However, the lawmaking goes to the prime minister. He's the one that makes the bills and all those stuff. So, how to vote? Well, it's simple. You got to be a citizen of Slovakia. You have to be in Slovakia. You can't vote outside. And 18 years old. That's it. Now, why should I, an American citizen, and you, who are Americans, care? Well, to quote Miss Raisanarova, both countries are NATO members, which, if you know anything about NATO, if someone attacks one country in NATO, we all go for it. So if Slovakia gets attacked, we got to defend them. And we both share a Western-style value system. There are many Americans here in America that are of Slovakian descent. And if you don't know anything about hockey, there are a few Slovakian hockey players. I think Zdeno Chara, the most famous one, my favorite player of all time. And the president will also have the influence on how the relations continue. People might want to choose someone who's closer to the right to relate well with Trump, or they might just do whatever they want. Personally, who am I going to go with? Stefan Harabin. Constitutionalism to me is most important, and I like that kind of value. Thank you for watching. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and have a fantastic day, and remember to vote.